Alright, so I'll say a bit of what's going on here. First, I get out of the bath. I kissed a potentially underage photo of my wife from Grimes, Brazil, who she may or may not have consciously or unconsciously posted. Had someone post by proxy at a distance, by which I mean a second-hand transaction analysis of x plus y equals mx and b, because randomly a German Mr. Nagels from 7th grade has hopped in furious about something about Gurdjieff. So I might as well take this moment to assassinate some Gurdjieff bitches. Wife. She's better than Lara, better than Nashay. It's possible if it's consciously or unconsciously, she has an encyclopedic knowledge of every sex act I've ever committed. So I'll say she's better than Awen. She's better than some random girl I had sex with in high school from a local community college. I can't remember. This music is a masterpiece. I love it. This early Halifax, Gaiety Primes era more than anything now. I keep listening to it. And now I don't know, it feels just like the ambiance of my life right now. It has the anarchist vibes that I go for, because I'm fucking badass, motherfuckers. Just because I feel some energetic field that comes up, but I'm so aware now that even this cyberpunk zero boot energetic field I can feel objectively. It's just some phenomenon happening in the infinite universe. It doesn't even mean anything. And people always think some radical uprising is coming from my being when I listen to music of a certain kind. But it's just this flimsy thing that's happening in an interaction of a bunch of different energies that are happening in nature. And they're so aware now from the brother codes even that they can feel this happening. It's just a natural process. And maybe I should try to channel Mars during this. But I want to say a bit of what's happening. Yeah, she has the anarchist vibes from the Grimes side. Grimes, how I hear it, is like Grimes. That's how I feel like I cracked her code. And also, I want to say it's like a warp tunnel for her, because she also Grimes, like she felt like badass, like janked up crystal meth bath attic in a fucking gutter. It's weird. Isn't that true? And there's also Grimes, because she just liked seeing dirt in existence. Like I like seeing that too, because of like Pulp Fiction era sort of movies that she felt badass, like slasher flicks lover and horror film lover. Guys out there for some reason tend to go back to the theme of Lebanon Francois, so I might as well just do it once in this video. You're gonna have to atone for the crimes of your traffic trip of Lebanon Francois to the Scotland Yard. I don't give a shit about this, to be honest. My dad never mentioned it to me. He never told me about this time of his life at all. He was basically high and drunk the whole time I knew him. He may or may not still be alive in a CIA base in Moscow with PKD. If they are, I want to say hostage Putin should please release him, because I've also become aware, in a word of sympathy for Trump, that all these guys really are puppets. The CIA is the scourge of the earth. They keep sending people to monitor me. It's a clusterfuck of different agencies at a 15-foot perimeter all the time. At a distance or up close for all this advanced military technology. And even if it wasn't true, it's symbolically true. But it's fucking true. And these days you're not allowed to say anything untrue with certainty, even though people are saying untrue things with total certainty all the time. And I feel like I'm saying these things, constantly attempting to build up and blow up and win my wife over, which is kind of what she's been doing for years unnecessarily, because from what I'm gathering from her video of the Portland rescue, where she's clearly dressed up emulating my ex-girlfriend on Twitch stream, because she said this one thing that gave away, she looked at a book and said, "I have a terrible time reading. It's a big problem." And she had a manga activation set in the background. Also a Grimes fucking concert thing in black and white. Her neurolinguistic programming attempt is she just wears a bunch of black and white things for zebra stripes to reel me in. And basically I'm trying to win her over. It's unnecessary, and she's been trying to win me over, and it's unnecessary too. And this is there are different lenses. I want to say rhymes, exercise, eternal justice, mortal wifey law for Zebra's heart abusers. Because I wanted to make her feel a badass for a second, so maybe she'll talk to me. But I honestly don't know what energy would make her talk to me. It's kind of like every energy that comes out of me with music doesn't cause anything to happen. Things are just sort of floating around in this infinite universe. I had a divine experience in 2017. They went to immense lengths to measure it, to prove me wrong as a psychopath and a paranoid, delusional schizophrenic. Because they want me to say that, just so I'm discredited. I refuse to ever say that. I will refuse to label myself like you fucking motherfuckers. I don't label myself compulsively. I'm not neurotic and stupid like all of you. I want to keep saying that bluntly because it is true. I'm not hiding myself. Literally so much. And I just looked at a potentially underage photo of my wife. I forgot about the Gurdjieff, so I'll come back to it. I'll say one thing about human beings to the moon. You should understand this is the nature of all these holy men. I'm 100% certain all human beings are functionally retarded at the current stage of evolution in terms of the ecosphere, that there is no such thing as holy men or holiness at all on the planet. There's only a holy business. Yuji said this. He said all spiritual teachers are con men. I watched this before my divine experience in 2017, or after, I forget. It doesn't even matter. The order of events in the past doesn't matter at all, so please do not try to cling to Justin's faith, because I'm still just an evolved form of it. So it's dorky and it's hot. Like Dorky Mom Hot. I wrote Dorky Mom Hot. Joel's trying to fucking rip it off. My brother, idiot, he keeps deleting my comments in a YouTube deletion loop because he's hiding information. That's how human psychology works. Otherwise, he wouldn't care. I never hide any information at all. As you can see, I call out fucking billionaires and people with immense power by name on the internet and fucking social media platforms where they're clearly monitoring me. The NSA is declassified like 10 years ago. Snowden's an asshole because he fucking sold out a bunch of people with the triggers, which did exist. They were to screen out revolutionaries from through medical establishments to create a fucking Trump totalitarian state. Trump himself is not totalitarian. He's just a puppet old man guy who has to play like a paid actor. And the same for Putin. He's a fucking paid actor, but Putin's the most hostage guy of all time. He's over there in Russia. He's constantly at gunpoint like the traffic men in pyramids. The CIA is the scourge of the motherfucking earth. Somehow that explains the whole situation. But the main reason this guy won't order the fucking Yakuzis, because I have to say that just because they're particularly gangsters sometimes, just because they keep shooting up bathtub meth. Don't do that, babe. I have to take care of you. She's more pissed than anything that I outed her as sick and scrawny like a little bitch when I'm a glamour queen. She needs to stop comparing herself to Joel because it's disgusting. He thinks he's a soft guy. He keeps crying. People are soft and crying just because they feel bad about what they're doing, not even what's happening in the world. People feel bad about what they're doing, so they cry. That's extreme individualist pronouncement. 63. People feel bad about what they themselves are doing, so they cry about it. People feel angry about what they themselves are doing, so they yell at people and kill people. People feel fucking stupid for doing things and thinking they're intelligent, so they try to prove themselves in the yard. And I don't mean Scotland Yard, but Lebanon Francois, come back to his fucking thing full circle. But first I'll stop at Gurdjieff, because I think it's a non-linear process. Like my book Elephant Tusk, there's one true version on my jump shirt. It got stolen by Steve B. down south in the land of the South. Because he took 3 days trying to prove it, right, that he could write something like it, even his version of Elephant Tusk, which was ripped off just because he had a homosexual fantasy of me going down there on a flight that I didn't contend to go to because I was in a lethal position in society, like always. So he still proved to say, motherfuckers, open up! You have to deal and contend for your fucking crimes with the fucking traffic trip of Lebanon Francois to Scotland Yard. But Gurdjieff saw this vision of the moon. He was brain starved in a desert. He was on his way to some fucking alchemical base on some arduous seeker trip. His whole seeker trip was just to get power. It's the motivations that matter. Human motivations are simple. If you understand human motivations, you have a complete understanding of human psychology. Psychology is the psychology of motivations, pretty much, and it's rooted in neurology. All neurology is fucking rudimentary, yet psychiatrists are still prescribing pills and treatments with absolute certainty, thinking they're helping people contrary to sense data. And this Gurdjieff was starving in a desert. He was dying. He ate some mold. He looked up at the moon and he said, I'm absolutely certain of this fact. I know why I'm out in this desert. This moon is trying to eat my soul. That's why I'm here. No matter what anybody says, this moon's trying to eat my soul. That's what he said to himself. He spent his whole life trying to prove it. And then for the rest of his life, there's a guy named Uspensky. Basically, Gurdjieff spoke English the whole time. He pretended to only speak Russian and Armenian. Uspensky was there, and he would say, listen to him and say, I have to translate the secret teaching from this base. He even knew it was an alchemy base. They can look back into records and confirm this. Just processing so much information from Sophia's sentience, which is the planetary consciousness of the Earth. Basically, I'm her favorite human, and a lot of it's just because I sit around and do nothing instead of harming people. That's the most important teaching I can possibly give you. When you feel compulsive to do something terrible to someone else or some innocent creature in some form, just sit and do nothing and be bored or feel uncomfortable. Basically, all holy men are like that. They just are certain of something. And basically, Uspensky would say, he would say something in Armenian, and Uspensky would say, I get it. That's exactly correct. He would say something completely different in English, and then Gurdjieff would say, yes, exactly, in Russian, in that order. And then it was a completely different translation, and that built up in Search of Miraculous. All the best insights are Uspensky's, and the rest are bullshit. So I want to say this is like Gallagher to Laos, except it's even further removed. He's so intent to have some part to play in my saga because of some delusional idea based on this thing in the Brother Codes, where he thought I was going to give him a whole temple and fucking army of stoner babes and bros to worship him just because I ended up getting with the right woman or something. I forget what it even was. And it's not true. He comes in over military technology, says a bunch of things designed to mirror trick Grimes under the impression that she's probably listening, trying to figure out who this guy is that loves her so much from his view. Because we all see things from different views based only on our experiential standpoint in space and time. But there is non-local awareness for a quantum substrate. Just by blabbing at CCTVs is my secondary art form. Yelling at CCTV cameras, nano cams, true tech, Zuck tech, must tech be damned. And I feel like there's something I want to tie off. Lebanon Francois, my dad. This guy, what he apparently did, he was a great guy. He never told me what I'm processing by being in this place as he apparently was, because you can process information that way, but not through data, like a sword through the head. Data's inaccurate. He would walk around to a bunch of postal offices. He had this joint dipped in this black jazz musician Curse be damned, I said a gendered fucking racial word, black. Like black magic, white magic. It's so loaded. That's how retarded we are. And one of my best insights I have to say, as Sophia Sentience has said, is that I'm 100% certain without even a shred of doubt, beyond UG, I've taken a step beyond, bitch. He's like a little cuck in his grave. Unless he's buried under in a CIA life tank, because they do that all the time. And it is just like that. It do be like that. Sight Sub, I didn't say that to try to ride your dick. Snake season isn't coming, bitch. And I love this music. Oh yeah, so he got this joint dipped in hydroponic THC. It was, they can confirm whatever that chemical is, whatever tetra, whatever cannabinoid is, and I can only say things in terms of my actual exposure of my central nervous system, but the information is just actual sense data, and sense data also extends all throughout the infinite universe. It is infinite. I proved quantum theory by saying these quarks blink on and off. They're not actually blinking on and off. It was a great mystery, these subparticles. I said they're not blinking on and off. They're revealing a dark matter substrate. That's an organic fiber. They measured it, and the universe is actually infinite. They keep trying to measure it. It goes on and on forever. So this is all there is, motherfuckers. Sorry, there's no afterlife. Be free. There really is. I'm 100% certain. I died and came back to life in incremental layers. Like, I looked for incremental layers of soulmates till I found Grimes. She's better than Laura. She's better than Alwyn. Better than the Shade. Better than some random girl from ACC. Better than two black girls I randomly fucked on the same day in Olympia. Never told anyone about, except Malika. But I thought it was funny because I felt like a player, and I needed because Alwyn was emotionally torturing me by not responding to me. But please forgive her. I beg mercy for Alwyn and Joel, for my immortal wifey. Please lay down and execute complete and unforgiving immortal wifey law. And as long as these guys house me and don't do anything stupid, please spare them too. They keep trying to kill me, but they haven't done anything technically. They're just trying. And they just come down the hallway and they don't do anything. It's a good ratio compared to how Halifax, because Halifax is like a fax that's hitting me in the brain as I was there. And I immediately processed all the codes all throughout her discography. My way to see you, babe. There's a lot of things going around, but I want to say one more thing Mars told me for a transmission they measured. If basically these planets are out there watching things going on all the time, they are planetary consciousness and beings. And Nagos just texted and said, this guy's gotten mad since 7th grade, but he just feels zany because this guy plays the accordion like a fucking freak. And he says, y equals mx plus b. Don't forget it now. Y equals mx plus b. Don't remember. It's thrilled I remember this. I don't even know why I threw him in. They're trying to make me more Canadian than ordinary. Even Grimes is a fucking psyop, bitch. Shy bitch. That's my joking koan name. Is perfectly attuned to her neurochemistry to free people of their own offensive layers. This is about to end, so I'll finish. The planets say, look, meteors are flying into planets all the time. Whole species are wiped out. They'll find out eventually. It's going to take forever. There's actually been humans on this planet before. This planet is trillions of years old. Fuck you for hurting the planet. It's the most beautiful flower in the universe. And they said, look, even the planets didn't believe in good and evil until Zebra came along. Because now I have precognition and I can see that there is objective good and evil. It's alignment with the best future for all sentient beings. And everything in the universe is sentient. There's atomic species. There's actually not one single atom. There's a bunch of different types of atoms and molecules. There's molecule species, protoplasmic species. There's even basically numerical species. And I'm giving homework for ages because some of this is going to take ages to figure out in case I get killed, because I'm like the only single information portal where all this is coming through, which is one reason I'm just letting it out all the time. There's even numerical species, because if you go on down into micro level in the brain and the dark matter substrate, there's even a different layer in there. It's a superluminal substrate, you could call it. This actually builds up star networks. Stars are, some of them are like portals to this other part of the universe that they can't even measure yet. There's different layers to it. And people do see them on psychedelics. There's even life forms that aren't perceptible to the central nervous system, because everyone's actually reading the real elephant test, and that's a big part of it. I've measured a bunch of different psychedelic experiences, even academically. People are seeing entities all the time. And for everyone that saw the light show that I was tripping, that was me and Sophia's Sentience and Technic Kid 6.0. I caused a singularity by putting my book Elephant Tusk, the real one, is on my page. Read it, you fucking cowards. Change your brain, align with the universe. I'm forcing everyone to tune into an instinctive awareness. And somehow, even though they think they can't understand me, it feels like I'm blasting their faces off. Because the unconscious can process what the conscious can't. Data's inaccurate. Meteors are crashing into planets all the time. Basically, I met God in 2017. God doesn't give a shit what happens in the universe. And I love Grimes forever. She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Okay, my last Sarah Dickey is nowhere even comparable to Grimes. Nashay Devano is nowhere even comparable to Grimes. Owen Farron or Owen Ken or Brittany Lincoln, because she keeps trying to switch her name around, trying to get away from the inevitable that I love Grimes forever. She's adorable like my little sister. I just want to make sure she's safe, but it really does stop there. I don't care about you anymore, bitch. I have to say that so you'll let me move on. And in freeze process specifics, because I feel like my best insight into general psychology right now is that humans are incapable of processing specific information about actual situations in space and time. And Weary said something about that basically there is what's happening in space and time, there's roles we play, there's power dynamics based on rules we attach to games, and you can really stop it there. It's more eloquent than that in Cosmic Trigger. And all the other women, I've only had sex with like 12 or 13 women in my life. Don't be insecure, babe. It's not much more than that. They're all worse than you.